hold up, no, I'm driving.
Please stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance. Heavenly Father, as we come today, Lord, we want to thank you for our blessings. Lord, thank you for the rain that you have sent this way for us. And Lord, please watch over our first responders. Lord, please watch over the people that's on the dangerous highway. Keep them safe, have them travel far and near. And Lord, just protect us as when we leave this place. Lord, let us find our home the same way as we left it. As I pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Councilwoman Gretchen. Here. Councilman Robert. Present. Vice Mayor Nicole. Present. And Mayor Brown is here. Any additional deletion or amendment to the agenda? There is one. We're gonna change 6 to number 7 and change number 7 to 6. Y'all got that?
Hold on.
We're changing 6 to 7 and 7 to 6. We just switch it around.
Under number 9, the business A, should we go to that first?
Yeah.
It's just a question, you know.
Yeah, we gotta wait for the.
Okay, so 6 to 7 and 7 to 6.
Is there anybody else have any more additional?
I move to adopt the agenda as amended.
A second.
Okay, there's been a motion and second that the, agenda be adopted as is. Ready for the question?
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Okay, approval of the minutes, April the 14th, 2026, and April the 29th, 2026.
I move that we approve the minutes from April the 14th and April the 29th, 2026.
I second the motion.
Okay, it was motion and second that we approve the minutes for April 14th, 2026, and April 29th, 2026. Ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried, ayes have it. Okay, next thing on the, agenda, financial report.
Okay, so, you have a handout, which is the financial report for, the 7 months ended April. The first, fund is general fund, and the columns are the actual through April, the pro rata budget through April, and then over, under, and percent. So in general fund, if you look on page 2, about the third down, it says, total revenue, $790,548. Is the actual, the pro rata budget, $468,233. So you're positive $322,000, but that's mainly a reflection. A lot of the grant revenue has come in, which was not part of the budget, and so it's good that the grant revenue is coming in. There's line items for all of the expenses, and so if you go to page 4, page 4, So the total expenses are $800,912.81. For year-to-date, you're negative, and I could say only 10,364. Again, because mainly the grant revenues and expenditures are now matching up. So the pro rata budget is 484,442, but again, the grant expenditures were not part of the budget. But the main thing is you're basically even, is kind of on a cash basis at the end of April. On page 5 is the enterprise fund. Same categories, actual, pro rata budget, over budget. So the total income is $502,847 on page 7. The total expenses are $433,963. So year-to-date, you're positive $68,863. And I think kind of, the enterprise fund is basically tracking well for operations. And in this case, it seems like you may have collected more grant revenue than you've expended at this time. But you're obviously positive 68,000, and that's good. So any questions?
So do we know what, you said we got more grants than we expended, which is why we got so much money in the enterprise fund? Where's that located on the?
Okay, so, and I think the big grant you have there is on the water meters. And so the very first line item on page 5 is Resilient Florida grant for $80,000 that you collected. And the related expenditures, I know that at the end of April, I'm not sure if any of those have been actually paid yet. I think they've been billed, but not paid. So you have the money.
You were spending some today, but.
Today, yeah, so in May. So it's that 80,000 wasn't matched up with the expenditures at the end of April.
Does that mean the actual enterprise is at a loss of $11,000?
Possibly, yes.
I don't think that we here in, as you got that a little bit more. But we've had some good expenses, at the water treatment plant that we weren't expecting. It don't take long for $8,000, $7,000, $6,000, to add up a little bit, we help, valves and relief.
Yes.
Not really more already?
No.
But there's been some, things that were expected to go out, but they were out, and that's been great. We're about $11,000 short in this. But I know we've had several, pumps and, bearings and all that stuff go out, and if we put $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 here, 4 or 5 of those will take long to offset that. So that, I think that's where we're at, basically. And, we also, we had the,
It's pump solids,
pump solids
coordinators,
and also the cleaning the tank, cleaning the water tank off.
that clean the tanks.
Say, I think cleaning it, so.
I was just making sure I have an accurate understanding of where we are.
I'm pleased with where we're at now.
But much better off than I thought we would be.
Yeah, we are. We'll just keep the pedal to the metal, the rest of the year and try to stay where we can. Well, and, I think all of you know that, next month was Powell's last month, and, he is, I've asked him to discuss with a accounting firm that I was put on to by some people. I was we're gonna call him and talk to him about, I think we can not pinch him away, but hopefully save a few dollars coming up with him, with him leaving and being able to work out a contract basis or a part-time basis or something. I'll be more Thursday after I meet the firm again. That's which way they're really doing right now. They're talking about, a short-term contract or something like this, or monthly contract. I don't know, but we're working on it. So I know you have some concern about the time.
Yeah, it takes us forever to do anything. It takes us a long time to do anything, so we gotta make sure we get ahead of this.
Right,
June's gonna be here before we know it.
No questions from Mr. Powell? Okay, thank you, Mr. Powell.
Very good, thank you.
Okay. Now we're going to 6, public hearing.
We switched.
We switched.
Yeah.
6 or 7?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, we switched. Okay. We are now closing from our regular meeting and go to our public hearing.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, as you guys know, we've been working with the city, the town on CDBG applications, and we're looking at putting in 3 at one time. They raised the limits, and they also, they raised the, cap limit on the number and the dollar amount that you can submit for. So we're going for the guess. We're gonna put in 3 and, see if we can get funded for all 3 or 1 of them, 2 of them, whatever the case may be. So we're trying for everything. This second public hearing is to get comments from the public, as well as, you know, you guys are the public as well, on what direction the town is gonna go for, submitting these applications. And what I'm gonna do is we'll run all 3 of them together. We're gonna talk about all 3 of them in one pot. The first one, the first application is gonna be in the neighborhood revitalization category. We're applying for $1.151950 million in the neighborhood revitalization category, and it's for the community center. The project shall provide the interior and exterior site renovations to the existing 2,500 square foot community center. Building improvements including roofing, structural repairs, cosmetic repairs, painting and refinishing, ceiling tile replacement, kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel, fixture replacement, and ADA compliance features. The site improvements include paving, sidewalks, curbing, ADA ramp, stairway repairs, landscaping, and grassing. Of course, this is a town-wide benefit to everyone in the town. Town manager, you want to add anything to that?
No, just that, we're doing everything we can to, ask what people are asking, get what people are asking for, and apply for it, and all we can do is apply for it, and call people and ask them to help us, but, governor is the one that finally has a veto bin. We don't know this year's budget. I haven't seen this year's budget. I guess they're talking about it this week or next week, and see what we got anything in current budget.
Any comments from the public?
I have a question. So the last meeting we had, we had just discussed the 1 grant application, and now we're talking about 3 grant applications. Are they all covered under the proper notification?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
They've been properly noticed.
The only thing is that they've noticed for 6 o'clock tonight instead of 6:30.
I just want to make sure we're covered.
Yes,
We
sir.
are good. Yeah, we instead of putting it in a paper, which is, you put it to the town website. you'll notice it was there, within the time frame that's supposed to be, so it was published.
That's where I got my copy of it.
It's convenient, it sure does beat the, having to hit the paper and that week before, and so it's like convenient that over there, so. There's no other questions, I'll go into the second application.
No comments from public?
Still be things up here.
Yeah. Okay, continuation.
The second application is for $936,300 in the neighborhood revitalization category as well. The town's AMI water meter replacement project will involve replacing approximately 410 existing residential water meter assemblies with AMI meter assemblies and AMI system network hardware and install. The AMI billing software interface, training and support.
One thing on this, there's some city revival loan fund money in this, and the mayor signed a letter yesterday to go out to all of the residents. And with that, ask when you get the letter, is if we can phone it in and give your information or mail it back in to Commerce, I believe it is. And we're want to confirm again that our low and moderate income is below the threshold required for, we think it is, but State Revolving Loan Fund support us to do it, because it's been several years since the survey was made citywide. So we're doing this and just comply with this, and hope that will allow us to get some more, probably some loan, but also some grant money, forgiveness grant money that we don't have to pay back from State Revolving Loan Fund. If you get approved.
The question, on the number of meters, how many meters will you say?
I guess all of them, 410.
Okay, does that include sparing and growth?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That includes sparing
I
and
guess,
growth?
because I think we projected 421 something in 10 years, or 430 something. We're not projected pretty much.
Okay.
But that does include the numbers that's in the company.
Okay, and the sparing, like a certain percentage of sparing in case if a meter, fails or something.
You know,
To replace it.
there would be some spares, but you've got your yearly maintenance, you're gonna have
Yeah,
to.
you
replace
have your
them.
operating budget yearly,
You've got to replace a certain amount of meters just about every year, because of wearing out tearing or something.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Anybody else? Council, y'all have any questions? About ward meetings?
Yes, that's one. In the replacing, will they be able to actually relocate something? Because my meter is actually like 4 or 5 yards away from the road, in my yard, and like a foot below the road, and every time it rains, you can't find it, you can't see it, it fills up with sand coming up.
I'm assuming when they're replaced, it would be they'll be raised or whatever they need to be.
Yeah, they'll be up to code, so I don't know about the distance now, I don't know it off the top of my head, but if they need to be raised or lowered or something, they'll do all of that.
Because I'm sure it probably has to be a certain distance to read automatically.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
I mean, but is there a minimum distance from the road? I mean, actually.
I don't know, but we could, that's something when the time comes, we can sure double check.
Yeah, that'd be something that's moved, definitely. So I've seen, sometimes Kurt has to put on waders to go down in a tree. So that they definitely gonna be moved.
Yeah, he's on his hands and knees digging, right?
Any more questions about the water meters? Just the water meters. Council? All right.
And the last one is a town favorite, is the CDBG, we're going out for $3 million in the housing rehab category. We're looking at rehabbing and demolishing at least 41 very low homes here in town. This will be the exact same as the one before, except we're requesting more money. If you'll notice, those houses got built really fast and they look really good. So I'll be happy to open that up and answer any questions about the housing grant.
Three million,
Say again?
3 million what?
3 million.
Just plain 3 million.
Just plain 3 million. That's all, just 3 million.
And how many houses concessions?
We really have 41, so we're gonna be doing a lot of rehab with them as well. If we are successful, we'll do some reconstruction as well as rehab.
So for the replacement, does it have to be a like for like? So if somebody has a mobile home, can we get a stick-built house? Or vice versa?
Well, it's not a like for like. Of course, it is a one-for-one replacement, but because they could have a double-wide 6-bedroom house, if there's only 2 people in the house, we're not gonna go back to that. So the replacement house is, dictates the size of the family, dictates the size of the house.
And also the year too, of the mobile home, like,
Well-
anything through the years, the year the home was built.
Are you talking about the age of mobile homes?
Yeah.
Yes, it does matter, yeah.
Anybody in the audience would like to ask questions?
I have another question. So last time we did this, there was obviously a lot of issues going on with the state that caused it to drag out longer than it had to. How long does this process usually take?
Usually, the environmental review process, now that they've changed so much and added so much to it, it's a rather lengthy process. So the environmental review process will take no less than 9 months, up to a year. The actual construction phase shouldn't take no longer than 6 months. So you're looking at, it should be closed out of everything. If all the gears are turning, we're not going through a hurricane season, there's no delays, which of course we're going into hurricane season, but by the time this comes into fruition, if it does, it'll be after the first of the year. So typically, it should take about 18 months if everything is clicking along correctly.
Hope you don't have a federal shut
Right,
down of the government.
exactly, yeah. Government shutdowns, that affected this last one as
We
well.
government shut down, the money for at least 60 days.
So we're expecting to hear back from them in December?
Well, we're expecting to hear back from them, I would say probably 2 months from now, on who actually got awarded. Because it doesn't close till the 20th, so June 20th, yeah, probably July 20th, time frame, the end of July, 1st of August, we should know something, and then they should send out contracts about 2 months after that. So, of course, here again, we're talking about Florida Commerce, don't quote me on those dates. So, but that's historically, that's how it's been. 2 months to award, 2 months to contract, and then, you guys have to go out for procurement, so that'll be another month, 6 weeks, so you're looking at December timeframe.
Is this an all or nothing project, or will they say, okay, you'll get 1 million, not 3?
No, it's all or nothing, you get, that's the reason why I put in 3 applications, so. Then they've raised the cap. The cap used to be for the town 650,000. And the next application, cycle that opens up, they might go back to the normal. But as far as now, they've raised the number of limits of applications you can submit and the dollar amounts. And all these are 36-month projects. Well, the housing is, the other 30 months. Housings are 36 months, and the neighborhoods are 30.
Okay, anybody else? Any more questions?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Close that, the end of the year.
Now, I close for the public hearing on to our regular meeting.
Last thing I have there on the agenda is resolution.
Water, so we got a complication in, so we got a resolution that's there. We have an original here that needs to be signed, and we can all agree to allow the first submissions go in like we planned. Because the deadline has been moved to the 20th, we'll let the, still got a lot of work to do on the resolution, it's in the small pack, with long paper, if somebody got long paper, should be second or third document back on the resolution 202634. Should be second, third document. And that happened. There we go. You're right. Yeah. That's it, you got in here. Well.
What page now? Because I don't see, oh, here, the very first page.
You might.
Very first page. In here?
You want to read it by title?
All right, resolution 2026-34, a resolution of the town council of the town of White Springs, Florida, authorizing the chief elected official or town manager in the mayor's absence to make application to Florida Commerce for funding under the fiscal year 2025 Florida Small City CDBG program, committing $25,000 per application in local funds to be utilized as leveraged funds if awarded CDBG funding. I guess the leveraging funds. Yeah, all right, providing an effective date and for other purposes.
And a lot of that will be in stuff too.
Yeah.
And if you do,
That make a big issue of $25,000.
and if you do end up getting the housing grant, that 25,000 that comes from my ship program that I run in the county. So. And this resolution will serve for all three applications.
Look the reading on the everybody is signing. So, check the A. You don't need to sign it, check it.
Yeah.
Get it back in credit.
Yeah.
Elaine?
Real light.
Our brother is about out of tolerance.
Elaine?
Yes, sir.
This static back here, we can't hear a
Yeah, it's
thing.
pretty bad.
The speaker's going bad, the sound system's going bad or something.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah, you're in the back too. I guess everybody try turning off your.
I hear the rain, but it's, that was something right there.
Do you need it reread? Want me to reread it? Oh, there we go.
I got the power off, and we'll just have to talk loud.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you read it, please?
Okay. A resolution of the town council of the town of White Springs, Florida, authorizing a chief elected official or town manager in the mayor's absence to make application to Florida Commerce for funding under the FFY 2025 Florida Small City CDBG program, committing $25,000 per application in local funds to be utilized as leverage funds if awarded CDBG funding, providing an effective date and for other purposes. Okay, Council.
Move that we adopt resolution 2026-34.
My second motion.
Okay, here's the motion and second that we adopt resolution 2026-34. Ready for the question?
I have one clarifying question. I want to make sure I heard this right. You said that the county would reimburse us for the 25,000?
For the, I run the SHIP program for the county for the housing, so if the housing gets funded, I've got individuals in White Springs on my SHIP list that will commit those funds. So
What does that mean? Is that?
it means, you have to have 25,000 for the local government, well, I'm going to transfer it from, CDBG or from SHIP in Hampton County to White Springs.
Okay. Okay, any more questions?
All that housing language.
No question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried, resolution passed.
Okay, can we get the rest of them, sign it, because you will take a copy back and,
You can send it to me.
I'll send it over.
Just send it to me.
Okay, all right, okay.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Like this, you got more money?
I know it, I did do, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, now we are down to
Six.
6, back up to 6.
This,
No, we don't tell.
Remember we switched it to
We're 6 and 7, but now it's been 6.
where you understanding this? You just did something, now what about that?
Remember, we going back on the. Okay.
This time I'd like to introduce a long standing friend of mine, and he just found out that him and Nick were high school buddies or somewhere long ago, but Jim Hanson is retired city manager. We were together up in Georgia back in the 80s, and got each other here in Florida years ago, but he's a senior advisor. He's helps people find city managers, gives out awards and so forth. And he's here tonight to present an award to the town of White Springs for something that's done in the city management, bring us to 30 years, is that right?
3 years, yes.
Right, okay. Jim?
Okay, well, as we said, I'm a senior advisor with the City County Mayor Association. That means I'm retired. I've worked 41 years as a city manager both in Florida and Georgia. It's a volunteer position. I don't get paid. I just try to be of some value to the world here. And I'm here tonight to congratulate your town on the 30-year anniversary of being recognized as a council manager form of government.
All right, thank you.
Why is that important? Well, the council manager form of government was created over 100 years ago to help separate the administration of a city from direct political influence. In some cities, that was really bad. The point is to have, for example, merit-based practices for hiring and evaluation of staff based on what they know and how they work, not based on who they know or who they supported for office. Managers bring professionalism in local government. They give elected officials such as yourselves a high level of expertise and provide options for you to consider when you're making these very important decisions. The way the decisions made by elected officials are often very complex. There's no right and wrong. For example, if you had a budget decision, do we add a police officer, do we add a firefighter, or do we cut taxes? That's not a right and wrong answer. That's a value judgment. Those are very difficult, and that's why we need elected officials. That's why you need sometimes someone that you can count on some information to make good decisions. You also need to be assured that your decisions will be carried out with confidence and professionalism. That's very, very important. In the council manager form of government, it's a lot like a corporation's framework, where the voters are equivalent to the stockholders, the council's equivalent to the board of directors. You have a manager that's basically professional executive, like a CEO. Very quickly, I mentioned there was a study done several years ago by IBM. They got a per capita cost for all of the major functions of the city, like what does it cost per capita in a city for police? What does it cost per person for fire, public works, and all these things? And they got like 500 of the biggest cities in the whole country. And then, once they got them sorted out, some obviously were more efficient, cost less to do what they do than some of the other cities. And IBM tried to figure out then what caused that to happen. They thought it might be northern cities versus southern cities, because up north you spend a lot of money fixing potholes in the winter because of all ice and that sort of thing. Had nothing to do with it. Then they thought it might be union environment. A union space where, the union legislation encouraged them, that would be more expensive. Had nothing to do with it. The only thing that correlated was the form of government. And the cities that had a council manager form of government, on average, 10% cost 10% less to provide the services in those cities. I don't care if you're a big city or a small city, 10% is a lot of money. My experience, I would have thought it would have been higher in all the years that I'd spent in the city. I can tell you stories that you don't have time to listen to, but hundreds of them about accomplishing various things for the cities that they hadn't been able to accomplish before. Not that you do them by yourself as city manager, but usually you're in the mix of other good people that oftentimes you brought in, and they wouldn't have been done without you being there. So, in Florida, there's 411 cities. Over 70% of them have council manager form of government. Also, we have 67 counties, and all but 2 of them have professional managers. So, I'm here tonight to, on behalf of the Florida City County Managers Association and all council manager cities in the state, to congratulate you, your town of White Springs, for being a council manager form of government for 30 years. It was recognized in 1996. So, I'd like to present you with a certificate, and if I could, I would like to get a picture. They're normally posted in the FCCMA newsletters, and it goes to the League of Cities also. If I get a picture of that.
Dressed up, I'm not dressed up.
Maybe in the middle.
You get dressed up, I'm not. I'm in your dance.
All right, everybody smile.
All right, everybody say money, right?
Yeah, take a couple and see if everybody blinks at the same time. That's usually the case. Well, good. I appreciate it, very much.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations, Freddie.
See you around.
I was going to get straight and then gym shorts on.
Good to see you, buddy. Take care.
I mean, you got a warrant.
Yes, that part right there.
Mick and I go back to Boy Scout days. Basically, we were both Boy Scout leaders a long time ago. Yes. Well, leaders, not Boy Scouts, but we had kids that were involved in scouting and did a lot of things with them.
Absolutely.
Back in the day. Okay.
You would crash on that picture.
Yeah.
You would, because
I have crashed.
yes,
What time?
that was the, anyway. It's good to see you.
Alexis,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, next is presentation of respective council members. Let's do a short presentation of the council. Last time, I had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a short letter from,
Oh, okay.
We'll see if you will.
Okay, okay, go ahead and read this letter, but I got a question.
I recommend that maybe we switch B and C,
We what?
switch B and C.
Which B and C? Yeah.
Right, because then the next item would be the appointment after that, which would make sense, instead of having something between
Well,
B and C.
question had come up.
The question is, okay, our system was down, and a lot of people didn't see the advertisement of the letter, and some people work during the daytime. And I got telephone calls and people been questioning why nobody else didn't know about putting in a letter for this position. I told them I don't know.
It was noticed and advertised in the meeting. We set a date in the last council meeting.
And that's what I said too. I said all of that,
Did they even try to turn in a letter, even if they turned it in late?
they didn't know nothing about it. That's what I'm trying to.
Did they come?
Yeah.
I got a question. If they ask you, they obviously had to know about it.
I mean, this was after, you know. I don't know what else.
My
I'm
thing
trying to give
is,
everybody a fair chance.
but my thing is,
Exactly.
these meetings are recorded. These meetings, the notice have been put, we voted on Thursday the 7th. And White Springs is not that big that somebody's not gonna know what's going on. And even so, if they wasn't able to do it, the emails weren't down, is what I'm saying, or they could have, I don't know, I'm just not understanding how nobody would know about the vacancy if they're keeping up with anything dealing with the town.
So two things, town hall was open, correct?
Correct?
Yes. And you could email.
Correct.
When was the notice put up?
Right after the meeting, like the next day or so. It was either I think it was like the next day.
Yeah.
After the last meeting.
So it's
So
been on.
it was up long before the system went down. And then how long was the system down?
Off and on, nearly 3 weeks off and on.
Off and on.
Can't remember exactly how long, but it was now. We were without phones and everything, so it meant that.
I know there was at least one day like that where everything was down.
But it was on the website, because I didn't go and look at it.
And the website was up.
Website was up. It's on the website.
And YouTube.
And the office was always open.
Yes.
Right. And you could always, even if they couldn't check email, people could send emails, even though it's still open.
But even so, they could have brought it and turned it in late. And that could have been an exception.
I just, I didn't know, I know it's fertilized, and I know people been talking about it, but, you know, to tell them to turn it in late, but that didn't.
No, what I'm saying is, if a person had an intention of doing the letter, they would have at least turned it in and could have been told, well, the deadline was this date, but we'll accept it in good faith since you said you didn't, you know, for whatever your reason was, and that's not the case. It's not like it's been like a week. This has been over an entire month, over 30 days. So I don't.
I mean, what was slow like that?
That's not an excuse, though.
I don't know what else to do. So I'm just throwing it out there, so.
But can I make a comment?
No.
Of course.
But if it won't affect the
No,
operation.
no,
we
just-
already-
No, you gotta wait till they open up. You need to check, you gotta wait till they open up.
Oh, y'all want to meet, give you an answer?
Please don't read the letter, but, you know.
I think
It's
this
okay.
is a decision, that the council has to make, not necessarily you.
And if that person was interested, did they come tonight?
I mean, like I told them, the deadline was the 7th, right? So I told them I didn't know whether they put in a letter or not. So, they didn't do anything, so I guess they wait for me to give them an answer. So, I don't know,
What I'm
I'm
looking
just
at,
bringing
just to
information.
be fair, what I'm looking at is.
Yeah, that's what I said, I want to be fair to everybody.
We set a time and a date, and just like with elections, if we wouldn't turn our packets in, then it would have been another seat. Whatever you do, you have to be fair and consistent, and that excuse of them not knowing is not really a valid excuse, because you had 30 days. And even so, if they wanted to put in an application with a letter or whatever, a request to be on the council, even though the 7th had gone, they could have attached the letter and said, turning it in late, but this is my reason why, and they could have shown up today to argue that point, being consistent.
But since I didn't know all that.
Why if they that concerned or interested, why wouldn't they come up to town hall?
Right.
And, I mean, really,
Okay.
they open 5 days a week. And so that's just their assist, so why wouldn't you just come to town hall and ask?
Meeting. You know, some people like to catch you off guard, to see what you know, so.
I'm listening about the meeting tonight, then. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Lonzo, you can,
Okay,
My one thing I would add to this is I check the website all the time, probably daily, to make sure I'm on the ball and know what's happening. It came up, people really need to start checking our website if they want to be engaged with it now. Like, we put everything, all of the notices and stuff up there. And we had a meeting, we announced it, we put it on our website, and now we're to the point where they're submitting things, so. I think that we've done what we should do, and we should probably just move forward with who's applying. That would be my.
I'd say one other thing, in the next couple of days, or maybe some of you may already get it, the new website, webpage, design and everything on it.
Nice.
It's gonna be really user-friendly and easy to do, and a couple more glitches in it, but, I know everybody, look at it. But I'll read Mr. Udell's letter. My name is Willie C. Udell. I was made aware of an available seat, and the town council was asked if I would be interested in filling this vacant spot and serving as a member. I would be honored if selected by the city members to serve my hometown in this capacity or any other I'm able. Thank you for your consideration and confidence in my ability to serve in this position. Signed, Willie C. Udell. So that's one we got.
any questions?
I guess my one question would be if we vetted everything, make sure it's eligible and we're good to go.
I don't know. No, nobody is asking that. Address wise, about residency and all the other factors, I don't know. I didn't get any letters or instructions on that.
He is a registered voter, he lives in the city limits, and to my knowledge, I don't think he's on any probation or anything of that nature. I don't think he has a criminal record. But, have to ask him. I just do know he is a registered voter.
What do you think?
Yeah.
So this is with your agenda, you had the presentation, but you don't have the vote until later on the agenda. That's why I was trying to get y'all to switch on.
Oh, so what's the next thing?
The next thing is to go to,
Yolanda, Chaney, Powell. And then under 9A, we go
Oh, I thought
Right.
you made that suggestion, that's what we switched.
I wait, it's just.
So we had to formally,
We didn't adopt it.
oh,
Alright, so I move to table item 6C, request from Ms. Yolanda Chaney, et cetera, until after 9A.
second.
Okay, it was a motion and second, we switched 9C,
So it's now,
9A,
No.
so it's now
That we
7C.
switched
voted.
7C with 9A.
okay, that we switched 7C with 9A. Ready for the question?
What, oh, okay. Okay.
Ready for the question?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Single sheet of paper, not.
What are you doing? The letter from this one?
You need a copy of it?
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah, for Ms. Chaney. Okay, so we gotta go ahead and vote now.
Yeah, now we're gonna do the appointed council.
I move that we accept the, letter and appoint Mr. Willie Clarence Udell to the town council to fill the vacant seat.
A second.
Okay, it was a motion and second that we accept Mr. Clarence Udell for the vacant seat on the council. Ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Yep.
What is this say? What is that?
I didn't look at it yet.
You know, a lot of stuff is in your last minute stuff, you got put in the,
Right.
to me. Resolution. Ordinance, letter.
Mr. Udell, come forward. Raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Willie Udell,
a citizen of the United States of America
a citizen of the United States of America
and the state of Florida,
and the state of Florida,
being duly qualified and appointed,
being duly qualified and appointed
the town council of the town of White Springs, Florida,
town council, town of White Springs, Florida,
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm,
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Florida,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Florida,
and the charter and ordinances of the town of White Springs,
and the charter and ordinances of the town of White Springs,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
upon which I am about to enter.
the office of Dr.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Right there.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. You can see it. You see my shirt, my wife told me to pull myself together. Beautiful. Subject.
Next time we back
Yolanda.
Okay.
I even lost track of where we're at.
We need to.
Back up to the
16.
16.
16, we on 16 now, which is down 17.
Request.
And this is a letter I got from, Yolanda, Chaney, and, Charles White, requesting the town consider, he's gonna talk more about it, franchising the old, dump that's right on his house, over on, well, he'll take on it, and it's news to me, but that's what he's got it for. So why don't you come up here, or and tell them what you want to do, what you like to do, because this is the first time they've heard about it.
Not me.
Yeah,
this is a new council, so you won't have to explain to them what you're talking about. I already know from long years ago.
Can I do something real quick? Can I read the actual letter so that way they can know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know, I've been there, but I don't know.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Yolanda Chaney, and I have been a resident here in White Springs my entire life, except for the duration of the time that I was spent in the military. I was in there for 20 years, and I retired, and I moved back to White Springs after I came back. So, the letter that I proposed to the town of White Springs was, I'm respectfully requesting that the city of White Springs, Florida, allow my father, Charles White Sr., to reclaim the parcel of city-owned land formerly known as the city dump. This parcel of land is directly across the street from his current residence and has been for over 50 years. Mr. White has personally maintained and cared for his property for more than 30 years. During that time, he has consistently managed the severe overgrowth and helped reduce dangerous conditions on the land, including the presence of venomous snakes and other hazards associated with an unmanaged area. The son of Mr. White was struck by a venomous snake and required extensive medical treatment that was very costly. Without continued maintenance, the property can quickly become overgrown and unsafe for nearby residents and visitors. Mr. White has demonstrated a long-term commitment, responsibility, and stewardship of the land, providing a valuable service to the community for decades. Given his decades of maintenance and care, we respectfully ask the city to consider allowing Charles White to reclaim or otherwise obtain rights to the property so that it may be continued to be properly maintained and safely managed. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Yolanda.
Okay.
Okay, and then my father's here, he can actually say if anyone has any questions about what we're referring to, the property.
They was talking about the reclaiming of the land. We had to reclaim it before you could sell it. I'm asking that I would take the responsibility of reclaiming. Because I am certified. I got 35 years oxygen and PCA. And I got 28 years of that in that building and reclaiming. I got 35 years in and 32 years in heavy equipment. So I am qualified, certified to do it.
So any questions from the council?
Again, we don't need a question.
Yeah. Right, let's see here.
Yeah, let me sit down. Yeah, go ahead.
Reclaim the land. Are you asking for the town to transfer
No.
ownership, or what are you?
I'm asking to reclaim the land at my expense, and if the city want to pay me for my expense, yeah, I would like the land myself to property. It's right in front of my house, I've been like that for across the dump. We all had to clean our land.
Right.
Yeah, it all, everything, all the red cars and everything. This dump stages, I'm asking for me to do it. I have qualification and everything too. It's been there for 50 some years. No one wanted to mess with it. I think that it would be proper for me to have it.
I think this requires a lot of looking into. I just found out about it a couple minutes ago. But there are a couple of different things. We're dealing with a dump, right? Contaminated land.
I know all about that, if any contamination, it's gonna have to be inspected. It's gonna have to, everything will have to go according to OSHA's manual.
The Department of Environmental
Yeah.
Protection.
It all have to pass all the way.
Definitely when I talked to him, I said, this is the first time I've ever run into this case. And I don't know much more, maybe be involved since it was up and everything, but I know you got to do the hard work to do it, how to do it, I don't know. DEP and their attorneys would probably have to maybe find you or something.
Well, I think the Department of Environmental Protection certainly has to be involved with it. Transferring the land would be by charter, and that would be possible, but there are a lot of different factors.
Okay. So you sell it because the facility, you got to hack it off to the highest bidder.
You can't sell it to you, everything.
Right. The town would probably still be responsible.
If you would have to hire someone to reclaim, and they have to be qualified to reclaim.
Maybe if, I think the two of you should talk about reclaiming, what that would mean.
I got to find out what reclaim means.
Yeah, yeah, reclaiming would be obviously to clean up the property, to clean the contamination.
Everything that's in there have to come out.
I think that needs to be explored and talked about first. To know, one, I think you probably want to know, we should know before we're getting involved, what that means. What the Department of Environmental Protection would require, and whether or not they have certain certifications that are required that you may or may not have. If you don't have them, then that could be an expense for you, or that could turn into an expense for the town. And then, once we maybe have more information, then the council would need to review it and see what they want to do. But I think they need more information before making a decision like that. And Robert, you look like you have a question.
I don't know anything about this, and that is a huge problem with making a decision. This is not a cheap decision. This is a $15,000, $20,000 decision, and not something you're just gonna vote on.
Trying to look. And I didn't bring it tonight because I knew it's new. And I wanted to get an idea if you would even entertain pursuing it.
Before we could even entertain pursuing. I can tell you all what the property is at, that if you wanna go and look at it, well, I looked it up online, it's just a matter of, we just need to know what all's entailed in cleaning this up, because there's a potential that it could be a cost to the town as well, so we need to explore. We need more information before we can make a decision. Well, that used to be our dump site, that's where we had to take all our trash. Right, that's what I'm saying, and that's gonna, the potential cost to clean it up, if it's gonna be, if it ends up being borne by the town, could be very expensive. Is there groundwater there?
I said that I would clean it up to maximum.
Right.
But I think you
Maybe it's
need to know,
contamination.
that's also, yeah, you need to know that too.
Everything is
Yeah.
still there, they never did it, they never reviewed anything, it just grew up. They just grew up.
I think
We had to stop dumping, so the property just grew up.
No, but they actually had,
Doing our own trash.
Right.
Okay, that was back in the day when we used to run the trash truck and do the dumping and all that.
Yeah.
So Kenny and Louis, Grove,
I think probably the first thing.
Daryl Glover.
That's what we need to know.
Okay, George Glover, not just Daryl. George Glover.
I think the first thing that needs to be is have somebody, CDBG or somebody.
Well, that's the first thing that-
A soil test for contamination and see what we got out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe some, gas and all that stuff, garbage and everything on there, it would require wells and everything else, I don't know.
Yeah, when you look it up, it says reclaiming a former dump site in Florida involves navigating strict environmental regulations overseen by Florida Department of Environmental Protection, primarily aimed at preventing contamination and managing structural stability. The process typically requires extensive site assessment, capping or remediation of waste, groundwater monitoring, and obtaining approvals to modify closed landfills. So that would probably be, like, it'd probably be something, Mr. Charles.
All the property, the water is running out of the dump now. It's going into Swine River.
We do need to get.
His main thing is he wants to get it cleaned up and make it safe for that area.
Mr. White, did they ever do anything for contamination or anything when they shut that landfill down, when they made the?
They never did anything.
We just switched over to waste pro.
It's
We're not
been-
waste pro, waste management.
It's been in my front door. Well, I've been there for over 50 years.
So what was actually dumped there? Just debris or was it trash?
DEP out
It's
there.
trash and just debris and stuff.
Household garbage.
Everything we threw out.
Oh, wow.
That tell me right there.
Wow,
DEP
stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
You'd have to have the soil test done for contamination.
That would be another.
Such a dollar suggestion.
Get the DEP and see where we're gonna go.
And there could be grants around
Yeah.
things like this.
Yeah, but there's contamination, yeah.
There could be
Who
some
was
grants.
testing all of this now, and who was testing it 50 years ago? Who was doing any of this? If I had, I'm living there for 50-some years, ain't nobody said nothing about no contamination, nothing. Now I'm gonna clean it up, and with all these regulations coming. Come a point when you have to say, let's do this together.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll meet with you.
Okay.
Do a little searching and get with DEP to get experts we can talk to, so what's got to be done.
Yeah, you bring it to me, I talk to them, I did it for 28 years.
Okay.
I build dams, locks down, I reclaim all the property. I did.
I personally, I like seeing you get it, there's rules and regulations we got to follow. You just need
Anybody
to.
reading all the regulations for 50 years? You didn't do nothing.
And we work probably another 50 years that you're not part of our attention.
Thank you.
All right, sure.
What it says here is landfill reclamation and management processes, the site capping, which is the clay, synthetic lines, topsoil, red weight, water infiltration, methane management, vegetation establishment, environmental monitoring, and final land use, once being safe. So, I'm saying, I mean, probably even if he reclaimed it, they'll still.
All these tests will be done.
Yeah, it's expensive and there might be grants.
They could get expensive.
That's all we tell you, Mr. White. Let me go get with DEP, some of the time, and you're home most of the time, won't you?
Oh, yeah.
Get somebody out here, let's go to some site, look at it. Go from there.
So do we need to table this?
Huh?
Do we need to motion to table this?
No, I mean, it's not here for it. It was just a request they made to
Yeah, we don't have to go through it.
I didn't put it on vote. And we're gonna make this, percentage you want. Okay, so thank you very much. Welcome to stay or you're not gonna do anything else with that, then I give it to you.
Thank you so much.
And this 386 number, the best number you can.
Thank you very much.
386, this 386 number, the best one to get you.
Yolanda.
Yes,
234 9151.
that's correct. Thank you so much.
Yeah, New business. We're here to be on.
Okay. So now we on, old business. Okay, there's no old business. Okay, let's go to new business. New business. Resolution 2026 dash, okay, we already did the.
You don't thirty start with resolution.
Okay. Resolution 2026 30. Hearing for the Sheriff Reid.
Town Council Resolution Number 2026-30, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of White Springs, Hamilton County, Florida, honoring the life and legacy of Sheriff James Harold Reid and expressing the town's deepest condolences to his family and loved ones.
Okay, here.
I move to adopt, resolution 2026-30.
I second motion.
Okay, there's a motion and a second that we adopt resolution 2026 30. Ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any ayes have it, motion carried. Okay, the next one, adoption resolution number 2026 31.
Town Council Resolution Number 2026-31, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of White Springs, Florida, establishing the White Springs Community Improvement Fund, providing for its purpose, administration, designated categories, and donor acknowledgement procedures, and providing for an effective date.
I move that we adopt resolution 2026-31.
I second the motion.
Okay, it was motion and second that we adopt resolution number 2026 31. Ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any motion carried. Resolution 2026 32.
Town Council Resolution Number 2026-32, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of White Springs, Florida, establishing the zoning map and land development regulations update committee, providing for membership, purpose, and duties, and providing for an effective date. Now, I will say for this one, we mentioned about the town council appointing the 4 or 5 individuals, and I do believe we have their names. So if the resolution is passed, then I would recommend a motion after that for their names.
Yep, so it's Ivan Udell, it's Thomas Brazil, and it's gonna be myself.
Is that Tom or Tom? The dad
Senior.
or son?
Yeah.
Tom. Okay. Tom Brazil,
Tracy
Woodard.
Woodard, and myself will be on the committee. So the point of this committee is, I don't know how much more you really want on our LVRs, but basically they were passed in 1998. There was a amendment. It's, I only have 4 people.
You only have 4 right now. I put 4 to 5, hoping that we could get a 5th person, because you prefer an odd number. An odd number is better than an even number. But if we don't have that 5th person, then 4 is okay.
Anybody want to be on the LVR?
I go to the meetings and you
I
volunteer
guess you're
yourself.
throwing your wrench on it then.
I go to the meetings anyway, you know that's true.
So
They're always announced, public meetings, and that would be a.
Yeah, I make sure that things get up very quickly on the website.
Okay, I was right.
So there was a major update to the LDRs in, I want to say 2016, section 4, that they got they were never actually combined into a single document. So I actually went through and combined them into a document and reformatted it for us to have a basis to work off of for this committee. So we now have a somewhat readable version of what are officially our LDRs now. But we have to update it, because as you can imagine, there's been a lot of changes that go on to building regulations in the almost 30 years since most of this has been codified. So the point of the committee is to update the LDRs. We're going to work with EDA, our planning consultant, and it's to update the zoning atlas. So our zoning atlas has not had a major update in, I don't even know when, since 2014. And it was inaccurate when it was made, and it did not get any more accurate as time goes on. So that needs to be fixed. I noticed that we don't have on the agenda, Lee, I guess we forgot it, to vote for the EDA contract.
I hope, we, get somebody do it in the next fiscal year. Some people feel like it's about money.
We talked about doing
it.
some.
Email. Somebody's got less net.
All of it, so I thought some of it was gonna come from this fiscal year and then.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do the zoning atlas from this fiscal year and do the LDR itself.
December. Well.
Okay, so we might be throwing a special session on to go over that. So that is the point of the committee, and I have one change I want to make that was in the resolution that we were provided. It says October for when the committee ends. I need that to be December.
I think that was based on something. Maybe it was probably their proposal, I don't know.
Could have been based on when the town's supposed to be selecting the committees and stuff.
Okay, so December,
Yeah, so there was, I think, section 3. I got it.
I got the whereas, then.
Yeah, so the whereas the town has engaged, et cetera, through October, that needs to say through December.
Uh-huh,
And then there is section 4.
okay.
So term, member shall serve, et cetera, that needs to say until December 31st.
Okay.
That
And-
should be enough time for us to finish.
The other thing, since I've got to make, is in section 3, the committee shall consist of, let's go ahead and make that 5 members appointed by the town council as follows, and I will list those names. That way it's all included. As follows: Udell, Tom Lucenthal, Robert Gamsby, Tracy Woodard, Reid. So we'll list those names since I'm doing it, so that you don't have to do a separate vote.
So I'm gonna move to adopt it, and then I'm gonna move to do the amendments, and then we can go back and vote on it. So I move to adopt council resolution number 2026-32. And we gotta do the amendment second.
Second.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, it was, motion and second that we adopt resolution 2026-32. You ready for the question?
So I will move to amend resolution number 2026-32, where it says, whereas period of April 2026 through October 2026, it should say period of April 2026 through December 2026, page 1. I move and to amend section 4 on page 2, where it says until October 31st, 2026, to say until December 31st, 2026. And section 3, where it says the committee shall consist of 4 to 5 members appointed by town council, to say the committee shall consist of 5 members, including Ivan Udell, Thomas Brazil, Tracy Woodard, Gretchen Fouchecourt, and Robert Gamsby.
I said. You're trying to say all that over again.
Okay, there has been motion and second that we, amend the resolution of 2026-32. Ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried.
And now you have to do the actual resolution. So,
Brazil, does it have 2 C's and 2 L's? Brazil?
BRAZIL.
No, it's ZIL.
It's a Z, I.
Yeah, BRAZIL.
Okay. Sorry about that.
it's yes, if we approve the amendments, now we vote with the changes, so. Should just be brought to the vote.
You ready? Yeah.
I thought we already made a motion. I move that we adopt resolution 2026-32 with all amendments.
A second motion?
Okay, it was motion and second that we adopt resolution 2026-32 with all the changes in the amendment. Ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Ayes have it. We ready to go to the next one? Okay, resolution number 2026-33.
All right, a little background. Last Wednesday, well, let me go back a bit. When we met with the sheriff's office in March 3rd, I believe, we were informed that May Day was not in their budget, however, they were not charging the town. When we met with the sheriff's office last Wednesday, he informed us that he's charging the town an estimated $26,000. In the 27 years that May Day will have taken place, we've never been charged by the sheriff's office. So, we contemplated canceling May Day, but you can't cancel something this big with 10 days notice. If we had maybe known back in the beginning of March, we could have made some different decisions. But here we are, even if we canceled it, if people are gonna show up, we're still gonna need law enforcement. We did ask the sheriff for an estimate of how you get to $26,000. We received some numbers about minimum wage for some of the positions. We still don't know how we get to $26,000 exactly. We did request that the sheriff's office not charge us this year and have a conversation with us for future years on how to handle May Day. He did express that he will work with the town and he wants to have a good event, but we don't know what all that means exactly. One of the things that was brought up is that the event itself ends at 8 p.m. on Saturday. At that time, the sheriff's office wants all activities, like all block parties and things of that nature that block the road, stopped. And he indicated that those events are the ones that cost the most for law enforcement. So one of the things that we can do to try to help minimize the impact on the town is we can declare White Springs a special event zone pursuant to Florida Statute 316.1891. And what that means is once we declare an area a special event zone, any unauthorized or unpermitted gathering has certain conditions that can be placed on it. So, let me go to the bullet. All right, so if there are gatherings that are unauthorized, that have more than 50 people, that's advertised on social media, and this is so faint, I might be missing something just because. I don't know. Okay, so we can declare, as I said, a special event zone, and what happens is that if law enforcement, fire rescue, or anyone has to provide services, there are double fines, vehicles can be impounded, occupancy limits can be enforced even on private property, and more importantly for us, is that the sheriff can recover costs from the organizers of these unauthorized events. That way, the town itself is not absorbing the cost of these unauthorized events. The person who can declare a special event zone for us is the chief administrative officer of the town, which is our town manager. The sheriff himself can also designate this. He did indicate that he was probably going to do it as well, but it's imperative, in my opinion, that the town does it so that the town is not the person who they are coming for these unauthorized parties that we are warning about and have told people about. And from what I understand on Facebook, they have been told there are no parties after 8 p.m. and they're stating they're still gonna have parties after 8 p.m. Well, then this would fall on them and not on us. So my recommendation is that the town council adopt the resolution authorizing the town manager to designate a special event zone for May Day weekend, for the entire weekend, from Friday until at 8 p.m. until Monday morning, basically. The town manager will direct staff to post compliant warnings, because we have to post warnings at all points of ingress, basically, into town of White Springs, no later than 8 p.m. on Thursday. And the town coordinate with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office regarding the designation of sign placement and the enforcement posture for unauthorized gatherings, consistent with the sheriff's statement of his intent to address block parties as a public safety matter. As you may recall, a couple of months ago when the Camel incident happened, the sheriff indicated that it was not authorizing any after-hours events. So this is in combination with that. The town will issue a public notice to residents clearly communicating the special event zone designation, the block party ban, and the consequences of organizing or promoting unauthorized gatherings, including the potential for personal cost recovery liability. And the resolution also would authorize me as town attorney to pursue cost recovery from organizers of any unauthorized special events held within the zone during the designated period. It also allows the town manager to end the special event zone if it appears that things have shut down and that is no longer an issue. So we have the resolution for that. We have the declaration that would need to be signed by the town manager if authorized by the council, and the public notices that would go up to implement it. And that is the resolution and the recommendation.
I move that we adopt resolution 2026-33 for the special event area.
I second the motion.
Okay, yes, the motion is second that we adopt resolution 2026-33. Ready for the question?
I have a comment.
Yes, sir.
Question. I don't know what. I know that he didn't give us a specific price, and it's a very common negotiating tactic to throw out a super high number so everybody panics and we come back with something more reasonable and they think you're, doing them a favor or whatever. But if we get an invoice anywhere near $26,000, I will be vetting it extraordinarily thoroughly. That is all I will say.
I have a question. In the last couple of years, as being one of the original Mayday founders 21 years ago, when everything was free and we didn't have vendors and nobody had to get permits or licenses because everything was free, I started celebrating in my yard now. Do I have to sit down in my yard at 8 o'clock?
If you are not impeding the roadway and you're in your yard, confined in your yard, then you're fine for that. So let me,
Well,
I can't.
the street I live on, we routinely have heavy traffic in Block Park. That's Second Street, on the corner of Kenny Hutchinson Drive and Second Street. Where I live, it's always a lot of heavy parking, always.
Now, heavy parking, are you referring to the roads being blocked?
Well, not blocked.
No, they just be on the side.
It's just their family real big.
Oh, it's just houses that are close together.
It's like about 4 or 5 houses and all along are immediate families.
I don't think,
That's not what you're talking about.
yeah, that's not what he's talking
Yeah.
about.
I mean, like, I always have a yard,
And y'all are the only ones that live on their street.
Not far off the road, all that comes to me, I kind of said that.
No.
Y'all are the only people, that live- your family is the only people that live on that road, period.
It's all family, so we'll,
Yeah, y'all,
I do have some special language in here, but I'm trying to find it, about what it does not apply to. So, of course, it doesn't apply to the actual May Day celebration, the official 2 to 8 at the ball field and 10 to 3 at Old Harbor School. But I also put something else in here as a way to try to not make it so over.
I think it's more referencing like the street between my house and Nikki's house has been like double parked and blocked off completely, and you gotta get police out there to maintain like a thoroughfare because it's, people are parking like just in the middle of the road.
Street, but that property there has no owners and they strictly prohibit people from parking. So, Vicksburg.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, they don't.
Oh,
they
that's gonna be
prohibit
worse
parking.
because this year it's cleared off.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to.
She's gonna have to be notified, so she's gonna have to come out and double check.
Where you're gonna have people, signs, and block roads and all that. And parking, will be various parking areas, and I would say share this map, but this is what it's planned is. Now, to keep it continued round and round and round and round and, if you're going somewhere, go to it and stay for a while.
Right.
But this is something the sheriff came up with, and it's supposed to be on his website. I had checked it.
Well, I know, 1 year it took me 45 minutes to walk from the old farm place to the ball field, and that's like 1.5 blocks. I could,
He's trying to prevent that issue.
you know, it was crazy.
How you think I felt trying to get home?
And what we passed is given out to,
The residents.
residents in the affected areas.
Right.
You have any car on there or something, and they should be here tomorrow morning. We start getting them out. Some of them already, I think, been given out. But,
Is this the part that you were talking about, Leslie, that you were looking for, where it says unauthorized outdoor gatherings, particularly those organized or promoted on social media that occur after sunset and involve 50 more people disrupting traffic, are subject to the special event zone enforcement. Private gatherings on private property that do not involve road closures, do not disrupt traffic and comply with applicable laws. I'm not targeting this notice.
Yes. Would that cover?
I mean, but it's not, even if it don't disrupt the traffic, I mean, the cars are still gonna be there, so are they gonna, I'm just assuming that they're gonna just set everything.
Long as you keep,
regardless.
Hudson Drive free, you all right.
That means because we usually block off 7th Street. We have
Right.
problems because nobody lives there, but, my wife family, we have 3 homes there, and my mother lives there, and then the Hudson's is like 4 or 5 homes, and that's all, and we're all related, so we block that. And anybody, you know.
They not gonna come down there, you know, on Second and Branch. Long as you keep Kenny Hudson Drive free,
Right.
y'all okay.
Yeah, because that's the main road, I mean, in
Yeah.
West Range, for one of the longest
As
streets.
long as you keep that road free, you all right.
Is it one of the roads that they're?
No. No.
No, on this road that he's talking about, from the beginning of the road where you see, they call it the big red house, that's his aunt's house. Everything, oh, that's your cousin. Okay, everything down that whole road is just Udell and Hutchinson and Johnson.
there's nothing to the left of that.
Yeah. You're not part of, that road isn't part of the.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
road.
you're not, it's not even part of what they did for the
I mean, I just saw where it said, like, public and private. I would need a private.
You don't have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
It's all down on Mill Street and Willie Johnson area.
So you won't see me down there.
It's in that area.
People have guns and things around the streets.
So any more questions? All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carried, ayes have it.
That's one thing now. There's probably gonna be some expenses for the signs being passed tomorrow. Get them up by Thursday. If I can get the sheriff's office group, all this here, I called DOT, we got to get something done, the message sign that will comply with this.
Oh, you're talking about electronic message sign?
And something,
They were probably 3-inch letters.
there were three,
Yeah, we had
I've
them last
got
year.
to be able to, I read this.
About towing cars and stuff, but we had them last year.
Huh?
We had the signs last year and
Well, the sheriff's got all kinds of signs up there in town now.
I know for sure we would need, if they have to be on the roads coming into town, we gotta have at least 5 of them.
There's certain places that have.
Cause you got, I know, we talked about that earlier. You have 41 north, 41 south, you have 136, 135, and 25A. All of those roads lead into White Springs.
Right, but they've got to have certain letters.
Right, but I'm just saying, we gotta have at least 5 for each area. For
I'm
everybody
gonna
to
let
come.
you know that if you see a transfer sign or something, I'll get them as cheap as I can, but.
But you were able to do that.
They go big.
I said, but you're able to do that.
So they don't
Go up
cheap.
there, I just want you.
He just
Don't
want us
scream
to
and holler
know.
about it.
They got to spend some money. He just want us to know we gonna have to spend some money on these ideas.
Anything is better than $26,000.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And Chuck, have you talked with the sheriff about it? Because he was,
I'll be going 4 days with him in the morning.
yeah, because he was planning on doing this as well.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
we can probably work
That's
together on
fine,
it.
yes. I just wanna make sure that's got.
And make sure you put it on the website, like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all good.
We've got the public notices to go on the website.
Right.
And we've already given out the passes, but,
No.
no more parking yet.
They've got some, did Don say you?
have they come in yet, Lee?
They,
The, passes for the houses?
No.
they were due in the morning, I think. It should be in the morning.
When you let me know how the size of them,
They're little.
Just small.
About
how
5 minutes,
small we're talking about.
little bit.
Not this small.
Okay, but we can still put like a.
There's
something
a
on
attached
that.
letter
It's
to
very,
it.
visible.
Right, so we can attach the public notices probably
Like,
to
the one that you got on the back of here?
Business card, yeah.
Those passes are like for the homes on the closed-in areas,
Right.
like for the citizens, to be able to get to their homes.
But what I'm saying, like, when we give them out to the homeowner, make a copy, do this in color,
Yeah,
and attach it to, give it to each homeowner, so they would know, and they can't say, oh, I didn't know. Forewarned is forearmed. So anybody who has the passes for the cars or whatever, they're going to know, hey, I gotta make sure around my house, this, that, and the other is done, and we're not blocking any traffic.
You ready to do a lot of walking?
I ain't doing no walking. I'm too lazy to walk. I think I'm passed out before I leave my house and get to the stop.
about how many do copies do we need?
I'll take care of that.
Oh, okay.
If we get some taller.
Are you, well, I mean, I said, I'm stuck here until Saturday.
Don't say stuff.
I'm stuck here until Saturday.
You're not used to those birds.
I got to meet tomorrow and Thursday, and then I will think.
Okay. Well, it's time for the.
She's in the
Privilege to stay.
All right, so that's taken care of.
So,
Yep, so.
And the health resolution that we already passed,
Did y'all
engineer.
vote on this one, or was it just questions?
No, we just voted on it. It was 5-0.
Very good.
And then we need to sign it, so
Yeah.
I'm to be sure.
We have another resolution?
No, that was it. Then.
And then the, resolution-
How much for the public?
Do the engineer.
No, that was done early,
Oh, is that the one we did with Spencer?
Tresca when he did.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have it when he did this, he.
Okay.
Back to back.
Now you get your comments from.
Okay, comments from the public.
You know the routine.
By the way, thanks for being quick today. My name is John Warner, live on Kendrick Street, White Springs. I got two concerns. When I went, looked up the agenda, kind of online, and then some of the things that I saw, you talked about resolutions, but I couldn't find anywhere online anything about those resolutions. It would really be good so that people can ask informed questions about it if they were available like 48 hours before the town meeting.
When the agenda was made.
No, the agenda was.
I remember when it was made, I only had two resolutions at the time. I tried to send it out on Thursday afternoon so that they got as much as they can. And that's the reason I put a tentative agenda on the ones you saw earlier.
No, what I'm saying is the resolutions.
But I didn't have the copies.
And that was my delay. The one with the special event zone, I think we got his response yesterday. So we just got the chair's response yesterday, right?
In general,
Yeah,
in general.
we pretty much.
Yeah, I would like to see that
Yeah,
myself. So I can
absolutely.
ask informal questions and I don't make myself look like a fool, because I sometimes do. And the other thing is, you seem to use abbreviations not everybody knows. I mean, I didn't know what LDR until he said what it was.
Land development regulations, but
Yeah,
probably
I
been
mean-
mentioned every meeting you've been here, where you probably didn't know. Okay, but
Well,
hey,
But, normally when you put in any public document, if you're gonna put in abbreviation, somewhere in that document is what that abbreviation stands for. It could be a little footnote down below, or something, LDR, or land development regulation. You know, and some of the other things.
They didn't know that for years, you know, rewriting land development regulations, they just do LDR. And it's been done like that for years.
but I understand, I think now.
Think about it, that's all I'm asking, you know, and any other things. I mean, financial report, CPA, that's one thing, but, I mean, the CDBG applications, you know, I'm not saying, some of them are common, but some of them are not. And not everybody comes to all the meetings. So it would be helpful, people like me, who don't have one, you know, it's not their everyday language, that you put, you know, these abbreviations, you don't know what they mean. I mean, like, real quick, long story short, when I worked in the intelligence community, if I had an abbreviation for stuff, electronic terms and that stuff, superior officers would say, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. But thank you very much. That's all I have.
But for future references, CDBG means Community Development Block Grant. And nobody ever uses that. I don't care what city you're in. They never said all the way out or all, everybody always just uses, because that's how it's advertised, CDBG. They never, you very seldom you see it written anywhere, not
Yeah, the only way I
necessarily.
found out about it today is I looked on my cell phone, which I think is rude.
This has been the norm in most municipalities.
That's how they use it.
Even with the government, that's how they have it advertised as CDBG.
Okay, anybody else on the floor? Anybody else?
Good night, everyone. My name is Tresca, and I just wanted to let you guys know that myself and my partner, Lamont Jordan, are the new owners of the ice machine that was located here down on Spring Street and Bridge Street. So now we have been able to move it over to the ball field. So I just wanted to come tonight to listen in to the town meeting, and we are from Columbia County. And just to hear a little bit more about the community, and of course, introduce ourselves, because we will be wanting to be a little more active in the community here. So, and seeing how we can try to help, build the community a little bit more with our efforts. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will that be a permanent location or just temporary for the?
No, it's permanent.
It's hopefully.
There's no ice machines down there, and we hope to get the playing field.
Perfect location.
It's gonna be money coming into the city, and rent and utilities and so forth.
Oh, and on that note, the people that I was talking to, about getting getting nutrients to volunteer to do it.
Can you hold that?
That'll come under your comment.
Yeah, come under your comment.
Council comments.
Yeah, hold that right there. Hold that thought, hold that thought. Hold that thought.
I was just gonna say.
I know,
but that comes under your comment.
Hold that thought right
You'll learn.
So our meeting is a little more energetic than Columbia County.
I'm sorry, say that one more
I
time.
said our meeting's a little more energetic than the main city.
They're all interesting at their own level.
Yeah.
So I just adjust to everything. That's just life. But to let you guys know, we're working with Duke Energy to get all that set up. So it could be up to 4 weeks before we have it up and running. because we're waiting on the Duke Energy to come out and investigate and do their portion. And then, so yeah.
So you will be here the weekend with the.
Yes, we'll be out here the weekend for May Day, with some ice in the freezer, to provide to the community. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. We, appreciate the opportunity, so thank you guys.
Thank you. We got you, yeah.
Anybody else from the floor? Okay, let's move on down to, comments from the public works director. Rayvon.
He done all that for no money.
We got to stay running.
The only thing I have is, I wasn't here last month, Mr. Gardner told y'all, but we were issued a 5-year permit for the wastewater treatment plant. He shares that.
All right, sure, well, it wasn't 10, it was 5, only get 10 years, we all, there's a question about that.
And then on, April 23rd, DEP was on site at the water plant. We're finding everything out there was good. Not compliance. So we good on the water and sewer plants. And then just let everyone know that I completed the annual drinking water quality report, and they'll be put on the website next month. The link will be put with the water bill understatement this month when it goes out. So you'll be able to go online, right, and see the water quality report. Everything was way below the MCL. Keep drinking that water, stay good.
MCL, you know, MCL.
MCL, God's water. Everything was below the maximum control limit. And all over the state of Florida, I want the best drinking water.
Did you really?
No.
Well, we got all that legal plants.
We're getting there, we're getting there. Well, we got the best looking plants in Florida.
That's all I hear is that, but don't get anyway.
We have the best water management team.
That's right, you're right.
That's all I have.
Town manager.
Okay, couple things, we got the required 4 hours of ethics training coming up in July the 3rd in Chiefland. To go, let me know. It's a free, so.
Is there an online version?
Huh?
Is there an online version? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Don't you have to pay for it?
Can we see July?
I think.
July 30th.
It's minimal, though, they went online, and I'm gonna take it.
Some of them you might can find free, I think, I don't know if it has changed, but if you can watch some and you're supposed to date it or whatever, how long, what time you start, what time it is supposed to be sufficient.
Well, anyway, but that's to let you know that it's once a year, it's required 4 hours in person. And then, I don't know how many of you look in the woods, but, over at, 16540 Kenneth Hudson Memorial Drive, parcel that's owned by Mr. Thomas Treball, the old guy, how do you call it? He got a parcel and then, he's able, I don't know if you were able to see the leaves, but it's a great big, one of the bigger tall trees in town.
Where is this at? Is it like right by the trailer park, across from the trailer park?
Right there, the greenhouse down here.
Right across the street, where you see the, on the other side of.
If you turn left down here, over bottom there, and then that green.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Where the
The tree is on the city
where
property.
Clarence used to say that they did their house.
And I don't care how much you can see, but if you look at the roots and everything on the, in the pictures here, it's really, Deletions, and we've been put on notice by certified letter from the owner. Been called, and,
Oh, it's on the city's property.
it's on the city property.
So we need.
And we need to take it down, but it's so big and tall and no way to really get in there. That
Is it something Levi can handle?
something Levi can.
You got to climb it.
You gotta climb and cut it in pieces and leave it there.
But I'm saying, is it something he can handle?
Yeah.
You know,
So-
different tree
We're looking at him,
services.
I'm gonna try to get somebody else to look at it, so far, him and, Ray are going over and look at
You
it.
gotta get the estimates or something?
Well, I don't know, he ain't got an estimate yet, because, it's.
That would be considered almost like an emergency.
They tell you about it, you find out the plan.
Does he give you a number yet?
Capella.
Okay, well, I want to let you know that,
Tracy
that's a hazardous
Sunday.
situation.
Capella Tree Service?
No, I haven't contacted them.
No, I'm just saying, you might have to check with him too.
There's also
With Chase
Ben,
Capella.
there's also Ben in town, and he's the best tree climber in Powell in the States. Ben, you'll see, here's a little thing, it says Faithful Tree Service. You can see it, and he's the best tree climber in the state. He's done all the big trees in the area that, right next to houses, and he brings them down, he's quick.
What's the name of it, John?
It's Ben, give me his phone number.
It's a big.
That ain't Dingy, is it?
What?
Dingy Fry?
I don't know what's last name, but he's got down trees for me.
Is it,
I think that's who it is.
yeah, what's Dingy Tree Service? I'll contact him.
His number is 386-234-9178.
The last name?
I don't have his name, I just got I just know him by that. But he
I think
did,
that's who it is, right?
you know your next door neighbor, your sister's next door
Yeah,
neighbor?
that's Dingy.
He did that big, tremendous
Yeah,
tree
he
that
won't-
was over Woody's house.
Check with Chase Capella. They do a lot of that.
Dingy.
Thank
many people do that, I'll tell you.
Okay, I'll get it
They
done.
have to outsource somewhere else. But
He'll
check
get
with
it
him.
done.
Well, it's gotta be climbed. There's no way you're gonna get equipment.
Right, but I'm saying, I know he climbs up. Chase Capella, Tracy's son, you know, they have a tree service.
You got it done.
I'll get it to you tomorrow.
We got, we got a certificate you think from, in your packet, from the Care Coalition that, all the pictures, everything all over the river, and thanking the town for what service we've given so far. Also, I don't know how many have been down, Bridge Street lately, but, there's if you go down Bridge Street from Hamilton, going down the hill, right, there's Soldier Street, which is a dirt road, and the gentleman who has the dogs and all, and, park the camper in there and put a fence up around it. You got people in town that walk, and they came there from Plainview last week. So I went over yesterday, and nobody was home, but I put a letter giving him 5 days to get rid of it. If not, I'm gonna call the sheriff's office, file a complaint for him, blocking.
Oh,
On the little road, little dirt road.
right, Hill Thompson, or Hill Thompson.
Yeah, wait, yeah,
So they put a gate over the public road.
Yeah, that picture.
Where Hill the house at?
Picture, you got camping in there, and then he put the gate
Still
over
down on
there.
west, goes from Bridge over to west.
So, I'll let you know that, I don't know what accident happened, but I'm gonna take care of it. The code enforcement.
I was in
Yeah.
I mentioned I'm working with a audit firm, and we got a meeting with them Thursday, see what we work out to replace, Mr. Powell, but, I think they work out, and I think it saves some money. Okay. But working with them, really, more piecemeal than we're doing right now. Some of the stuff that, Don Shea and I can do, we just got to break down and get it. So I think that, Mayor and I are going to the leadership course, she's going to the leadership course Thursday, Friday, back late Friday afternoon in Orlando, that as a result of her attending EMO. We got EMO coming, okay, you're not gonna be able to go, you said?
Griffin?
I might be able to go. What was the date?
Well, I have a,
June
4th,
4th and 5th of June.
Huh?
I think it was 4th and 5th of June.
4th and 5th of June, yeah, because I have not kind of
Leave on the 4th.
Or hotel yet.
Leave on the 4th, be all day.
Would you be able to go to Boca Raton on
I'm
the
not.
4th and 5th of June for training?
Try to get your council out.
I would have to skip a day of
The
class.
state and all that stuff. And we have access to the town's vehicle?
I'm not exactly sure. Got a lot of appointments at the VA in Gainesville coming up. And we're very important.
I'm not gonna be able to go.
Well, you still schedule, right?
Yeah, I'm still going. Check your schedule and see if you have any appointments for that day. I think it's what, a Thursday and Friday?
Thursday, yeah, did we say like leaving half a day on Thursday, all day Friday? Yeah.
Well, we leave Thursday and it's Friday and Saturday, correct?
No, just Thursday, Friday. You come back Friday afternoon.
It's when you said it's the 4th and the 5th? Okay.
5th, that's the 5th and 6th.
The 5th and the 6th, so it's Friday and Saturday. So you leave Thursday evening and then come back Saturday night?
I'll check, and I'll be with you and then you can before.
Okay. He'll let me know, Mr. Gardner, and I'll let you know.
Okay, let me know soon before I council,
Well, yeah, I'll give you.
I think you got my card, but I'll give you lunch, you call. But, let me know soon, because,
You gotta pay your registration.
Before I counsel Robert out, All right. I think that's all I'm gonna say tonight. Missed something.
I told my video.
You attorney?
Yes, thank you for all, 30 some odd people who voted in the election. All of the proposed amendments to the charter passed. And so I will be putting together the new charter, and we'll get it up on the website as soon as possible, hopefully this week. And I'll make sure, of course, council members know about it and keep an eye out for it. That's it for me.
Okay. Now we moving on to the, council comments. Ms. Garrett?
Okay, I'm gonna be a broken record, because it doesn't seem to sink in for some people, I guess, or everybody. I know it's been raining, but there is still a burn ban, not only in the town, but the county, and you cannot burn in a burn barrel, you cannot burn openly. Please do not start a fire in a burn barrel or an open fire pit or anything. If you see somebody burning in a burn barrel or an open fire pit, please contact the fire department. We are in the highest level of drought. We're 30 inches short of rain. And this last week, we've gotten like 1.5 inches. So it hasn't even touched, it's not even a drop in the bucket. So please, 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 there's like over 100 forest fires. There's another one that just started a couple days ago. The Everglades are on fire, like the whole state is on fire. Just please don't burn, the trash, like our waste pro will come pick up your leaves. They'll come pick up your waste trash. You don't need to burn in a burn barrel. Go ahead, Zach.
They said we need approximately 14 inches of rain just to get us back up.
Yeah, we're like 30 inches short.
That's not flood or anything, that's.
Yeah, they just announced
Well,
it.
2 inches we got today, and seems
Almost
like.
every county in the state has.
Yeah, they, when they released the new map, the D4 area has tripled in our area. We're like right there with Georgia. We're in the worst drought area and it keeps getting worse. So just please don't burn anything. Tell your neighbors, do not burn anything. Ask them, please, if you see them and they're burning, call the fire department. Even if you've known them, 100 years, just please, we have to be careful because all it takes is one spark from somebody's, a leaf flying, the wind catching a leaf, and it's gonna go and it could be your house getting burned down. So we just need to be very careful and make sure that we're watching.
Mr. Udell?
Yeah, right now, the new trend is on what they call a turnaround. So all the plants are shut down and they're refurbishing everything, cleaning up everything, and everybody's working overtime, so I won't be able to get in touch with you guys about doing the other check after that's over. And that's gonna involve digging out the grass from the infield and bringing in clay and all that stuff, and they did it before, but
Robert?
So the audit committee meeting was moved from the 26th to June 2nd now at 6:30. So we gotta get that changed on the website. It will not be the Tuesday after Memorial Day anymore. Just as a mini, so it'll be on June 2nd now. June 2nd at 6:30. The audit is starting to heat up, I guess, is the phrase you would use. The auditor has started posting comments on the smart sheet, which is kind of their tracking tool, last week on Friday, and this week, today, actually about half an hour, so about 4:30, they sent us a honeydew list of stuff they want us to do. So that's starting, we're starting to track it. They've gone through their preliminary analysis and information we sent them. This isn't me, but I wanted to read it. It's a letter that Senator Simon had posted on his Facebook page. It says, "Dear neighbor, I want to provide you with an important update regarding the Water First North Florida project. After careful review and continued conversation with local leaders, water experts, property owners, and concerned citizens across North Florida, the Water First North Florida project is being canceled in its current form. While the need to address low water levels in our aquifer remains very real, it has become clear that this proposal is not the right path forward for our communities at this time. Protecting North Florida's water supply is one of the most important responsibilities we have. Our springs, rivers, farms, homes, and future growth all depend on a healthy aquifer. However, any solution must be practical, transparent, locally informed, and built with the trust of the people who will be most affected. I ask that all parties go back to the drawing board. That means bringing stakeholders back to the table, listening closely to residents, evaluating the science, and working towards a better long-term solution to restore and protect our groundwater. North Florida deserves a plan that safeguards our natural resources while respecting our communities, our economy, and our way of life. I remain committed to finding a responsible solution to the low water challenges facing our aquifer. I will continue to keep you informed as this process moves forward. We'll make sure the voices of Senate District 3 are heard every step of the way. Sincerely, Senator Corey Simon." So, some good news for people who are worried about them dumping the reclaimed water into the aquifer from Jacksonville. And that is pretty much my whole update.
Thanks, Liz.
Well, we've already heard everything dealing with May Day. Hopefully you all will come out and enjoy your weekend. We have a gospel program starting at Oak Harbor, starting at 10 o'clock. We will have a community feeding at the program. And then the younger generation will have their entertainment from 2 to 8. Hopefully we can get the streets cleared out by 9. Come out, sample some of the foods from the vendors, as well as the free community feeding that will be at the gospel program. This weekend, we will be doing the weekend of the folk festival. We will have a tour going on at the Telford Hotel as a fundraiser to start funding our Telford project. And we will have a tour and a tea. Friday and Saturday, and the first part of Sunday, well, we're gonna only do 2 on Sunday, but we will have a tour, a taste of the Golden Age tour, a taste of history. So we will be serving light snack meal, or whatever you wanna call it, with the tea at the Telford on Friday the 22nd. We will have 3 tour times on Friday, 3 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. And also Friday night, we have some things planned on that Friday night, but we're gonna finalize them at our meeting on Thursday. One of the ideas were to serve, Friday evening, to serve fish and grits, and it will be called the Beer, Batter, and Blues. We have a young lady who sings the blues that is part of our little group. They're part of the Community Cares Coalition. Her family is native to White Springs. She graduated from Columbia High School at the age of 16 and attended the Performing Arts Academy in New York. She just graduated from there and moved back home, but she's in Lake City now. Her family relocated to Lake City, but she will be singing some jazz and blues songs on that Friday evening and Saturday evening. So we ask you all to come out, take a tour of the Telford, come sit down and have a little meal with us, and help us get started on this fundraising campaign. We'll do some more details discussed Thursday at our meeting.
So this is next weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all still in?
Yeah, tour and free. Well, we gotta finish finalizing, where we're gonna separate, like, if they don't wanna eat and you just want to tour, then it'll be $10, just the tour, but if you want to deal with it, it's $25. No, that's it for me for now.
So it's my turn. As you all know, some of you all, I went to Gainesville last week for a workshop with Duke Energy, invited me and the town manager. And it was very interesting. I did learn a lot. We have a group of people at University of Florida would like to come out and help us try to bring White Springs up. If you all see some young people walking around with backpacks on, I don't know when they coming, but they want to drop in and take a look at White Springs and see what we have going on. And I told them to feel free just to do it, because school is getting ready to close now. So some of them might be doing projects for the summer. So if y'all see any young people walking around with backpacks on, taking pictures or whatever, that's the students from University of Florida. That is part of their projects that they are doing. One thing I did know that Madison and White Springs is almost comparing. We do have things in common, especially with the low income and the historic houses. There in The only thing that we don't have as bad as Madison is flooding. They have a bad flood zone, which White Springs don't, but they do have historic businesses, historic houses, so they're, you know, kind of like relating to us as a city and a town. So I didn't even know that, but I'm glad that, we are not too far from Madison, so, one place can help another place. And, we was talking about helping each other out. I told them whatever they need help with, let us know, if we can assist them in a type of way, we'd be glad to do so. And they also said the same thing for us, because both towns is very disturbing. People, you know how people talk about things, but sooner or later, we all gonna be up and running. And the hurricanes really damaged our towns, and that's one thing that we talked about, how bad that the water damaged a lot of homes. It hurt Madison more than it did White Springs. So we hope that both towns could do something for each other. But the workshop was very interesting, and I did learn a lot about it, you know. I did learn some things, and hopefully we could get our community center up and running, and that will help us out a lot. Trying to bring money back into our town and help funding whatever else is going on that we need to restore our town. So then, you know, the town manager is just told you all like to go on to Orlando for a leadership class. So I've been waiting for that for a long time. I always see everybody else with their little ribbon on their little badge, name badge. And I'm like, oh man, I want my leadership class badge. I want mine. So now I get a chance to get mine. So I'll be headed to Orlando this week. So that's about it.
We'll get your ribbons.
Yes,
Get your ribbon this week.
yeah, I'm gonna get my ribbon this week.
I just want to say one last thing. Have you seen you print your purchase for it, stuff? Not.
Is it up?
They put it up yesterday, and out of the Harbor School, and it's
Oh,
better,
yeah.
bigger, better than I thought it was.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It's
Robert.
not small either.
Oh, I hope it's not.
Robert, yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
Robert donated a check for the town of White Springs, and it's at the Carver property. If you wanna go by there and take a look at it, I think, we enjoy it. We appreciate it.
We'll give you a black eyed peas.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
Thumbs up. Thank you, Robert.
All right,
Real simple.
That's it?
let's go.
Okay. Let's go on. Y'all say 9 o'clock. Come on.
I move that we adjourn this meeting.
I second the motion.
It was motion and second that the meeting be adjourned. Time now 8:45. Meeting adjourned.
But